Hello, super amazing people, students, and all the lovers of chemistry out there. I'm excited to be here with you on yet another episode of Question for the Day. And today we're dealing with a question that has to do with volumetric analysis, particularly in the concept of titration. So let's get into the question and see if we can do justice to this. The question says 25 cm cube of sodium hydroxide NaOH solution was neutralized by 20 cm cube of 0.1 moles per dm cube hydrochloric acid HCl. Calculate the concentration of the sodium hydroxide solution in moles per dm cube. All right, now, so let's proceed into solving this question. The first thing we need to know is that this is a volumetric analysis or titration. And the formula that comes into play for determining the variables is CA VA all over NA is equal to CB VB all over NB. Now I'll identify what the variables mean, okay? Ca stands for the concentration of the acid. Va stands for the volume of the acid used. Na stands for the number of moles of the acid. Cb, on the other hand, stands for the concentration of the base. Vb stands for the volume of the base. And Nb lastly stands for the number of moles of base that was used. So now that we have all of that in place, it is important to move on to the next step, which involves having a balanced chemical equation. Because for volumetric analysis, you need to have a balanced chemical equation that shows you what's happening. So the question says sodium hydroxide was neutralized by hydrochloric acid. So we have HCl, hydrochloric acid, reacting with sodium hydroxide. Now, when an acid reacts with a base, it produces salts, NaCl, and water. So the next thing we need to do is to balance this chemical equation. Let's check out if it's balanced. The first element we have is hydrogen. On the left hand side, we have one atom of hydrogen over here, another atom of hydrogen over here. So we have two atoms altogether of hydrogen. On the right hand side, we also have two atoms of hydrogen. So hydrogen is balanced. For chlorine, however, we have one atom of chlorine on the left side and one atom of chlorine on the right side. Chlorine is balanced as well. And for sodium, we have one atom of sodium on the left side and one atom of sodium on the right side. And for oxygen, we have one atom apiece, both on the left side and on the right hand side. So you can see everything about this equation is balanced. So let's go ahead and solve this question step by step. So we have Ca Va all over Na is equal to Cb Vb all over Nb. What is Ca? Ca stands for the concentration of the acid, and from here we were told that is 0.1 moles per dm cube. So this becomes 0.1 times Va, which is the volume of the acid. The volume of the acid in this case was 20 cm cube. 20 cm cube, because they said neutralized by 20 cm cube of 0.10 moles per dm cube of hydrochloric acid. So we have times 20 divided by number of moles of acid. How do we know number of moles of acid? It is simple. From the equation, we have HCl plus NaOH giving us NaCl plus H2O. So this is the acid. How many moles of this do we have? We have just one. So the number of moles of acid is 1. This is equal to the concentration of the base is what they asked us to calculate, Cb, multiplied by the volume of the base is Vb, that is 25 cm cube. So we have 25 over here, divided by the number of moles of the base, and it is also 1. So now that we have this in place, let's go ahead and do some math. 0.1 multiplied by 20 gives us 0.1 multiplied by 20 gives us 2. So we have 2 over 1 is equal to 25 CB over 1. We can cross multiply from here, and when we do, it becomes 2 is equal to 25 CB. So CB now will be equal to 2 divided by 25. When we say 2 divided by 25, that gives us 0.08 moles per dm3. That is the concentration of the sodium hydroxide solution. I'm sure you saw how every step was carried out, and I'm sure you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icon so when more videos like this come out, you'd be the first to be notified.